Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. I've heard some heated conversations on stream sniping, griefing, and Star Citizen's terms of service. So I wanted to talk about what's against the rules and what should be against the rules, at least in my opinion, while playing Star Citizen. And I do think it's something that will affect everyone in some way, such as the nature of MMO and sort of a shared set of rules. So roughly, stream sniping refers to the watching of someone else's live stream at real time and then using that information to attack, harass, or kill the streamer or someone that's in their stream with them, or otherwise sort of prevent that streamer doing a task. I expect a lot of people will debate the exact nature of stream sniping and have their own definition, but this, for the sake of argument and this video, this is basically how I'm going to loosely define it. It is not an uncommon occurrence for streamers in any game to have someone watch their stream and use that information to work out where they are and then turn up there. And this can be in tiny little streams where you've just got like 3 viewers, or it can be in massive streams where you've got tens of thousands of viewers. Some of these players will be entirely benign though. Others want to be your friend or to help, and some will want to try and kill and harass the streamer. You can have your own rules on your stream about what you want players to do. Do you want them to come and help you? Whatever, and you can enforce your rules how you want on your stream. But players that are trying to actively harass a streamer while watching their stream in this sort of Star Citizen, that will take the form of ramming them or just attacking them when they're vulnerable. They have a massive advantage of being able to watch that streamer real time, know exactly where they are, and then just go, haha, I've got you. Now, is this against the rules? Well, it's against the rules both on Twitch and in Star Citizen currently. So it's against Twitch's guidelines. Let me read you a little excerpt from Twitch's rules. Any activity, such as cheating, hacking, botting, or tampering, that gives the account owner an unfair advantage in an online multiplayer game is prohibited. This also includes exploiting another broadcaster's live broadcast in order to harass them in-game, such as stream sniping. That said, Twitch does also have a provision basically saying that they expect streamers to actively take steps to prevent that situation from occurring, I believe, and this is sort of same for griefing and trolling and sort of harassment in general. They go, well, they should take some active steps there to help prevent that with moderation and things like that. So what's the Star Citizen Cloud Imperium game policy? Well, CIG put out a post in March of 2020, excessive griefing and stream sniping. Hi everyone, we've recently received a lot of reports detailing excessive griefing and would like to take a moment to openly address the feedback and share our stance. For a majority of these matters, a PvP solution is preferable. Frequently, when these scenarios are reported to us, we encourage those who feel they're being targeted to rally with their friends and orgs in an attempt to fight back. We're not here to protect players from aggressors, pirates and PvPers. A big part of Star Citizen is about that dichotomy. That epic clash that occurs when opposing forces meet and rally others to their cause. The wars at Jumptown were a prime example of the exciting emergent gameplay that can blossom when a lawful player comes face to face with an outlaw. However, there is a line that is occasionally crossed where players are going outside the bounds of immersing themselves as a pirate and PvPer. Some users are going out of their way to leverage live streams and other mediums to excessively grief. In many of these cases, it's no longer about enjoying the game, but rather disrupting it. Stream sniping, pad ramming, firing into armistice zones, or utilizing various exploits to grief others. These are just a few examples of excessive griefing, which we do not tolerate. If you find yourself on the receiving end of this, we are more than happy to investigate, and in cases where it's warranted, we will absolutely intervene. Simply reach out to us through our support page and make sure to provide as much information as possible. Screenshots and video always help. In addition to better monitoring and preventing excessive griefing, we are also exploring a number of in-game changes that should help considerably. More info on that at a later time, and of course in the future the law system will also play a stronger role in creating consequences for unlawful behaviour. In the meantime, and all the time, take the sage advice of two wise individuals who once posited that we should all be excellent to each other and party on whenever possible. Looking at Cloud Imperium's current rules of conduct for Star Citizen as well, they do say that an example of behaviour that is effectively a warnable and then repeated offences of this kind would result in suspensions and potential bans is stream sniping, pad ramming, or utilising bugs and exploits to grief or continually harass others. So, CIG's position's pretty clear-cut and clear there, right? It's, bam, we're against stream sniping. However, it is hard to prove when someone is stream sniping. That's just true, that you can just accuse someone of stream sniping, but they might not be. There's another side I haven't really represented yet, and that is, if players put their location out in the verse, are you not allowed to then engage in piracy gameplay with them? Because, well, if you see them on the stream, you shouldn't engage in piracy gameplay with them if you're on their stream or they're aware that they're streaming. In EVE Online, if someone is streaming and you find their base location or where they currently are through that medium, then isn't that their own fault? I've seen a load of cases recently where streamers have been being stream sniped and being sort of harassed, but also some that are just getting attacked because people are aware of where they are. So I'm in the opinion that currently there is a bit of difference between stream sniping and harassment and griefing. So it's a bit more obvious in Star Citizen when someone is stream sniping and griefing you, because their MO is typically stop you from playing the game, annoy you constantly, ram you, goad you in chat, normally all at the same time. But as I said, I do think there's a major difference between just stream sniping and people being aware of where you are in game because you're broadcasting it, and griefing and harassment. So I want Star Citizen to be in a position where there are no rules against stream sniping, specifically stream sniping, but it needs to have systems in place that are enforced by the game to help prevent stream sniping and lots of other behaviors from occurring. A better, more evolved law system should mean that the safer star systems are much less likely to have someone ramming you, turning up and smashing into you. Death of a spaceman should make players not want to ram other players and do stupid things. There are certainly other systems and mechanics that Cloud Imperium could put in place to incentivize players not griefing. The concern for me in general here is that if you say stream sniping isn't allowed, then you almost have a protected class with the streamer, and this could be abused. Streamers shouldn't really have any more rights than another player. They are just players that happen to stream. Anyone can stream as well, I suppose you could argue, but the potential accusations of they're sniping, they're cheating, and then brigade reporting, I just think that's a bit lame. Do you know what I mean? So it's something that's so hard to prove anyway. So are they actually stream sniping? And if there's a threat that you might get punished, then streamers might just, like, in the future start showing off their base locations and complain about it to CIG when that gets taken over or destroyed. Because it has the potential to be abused, I say, well, it probably will be abused by some people sometimes. And a lot of these sort of problems can be solved if Cloud Imperium went through them case by case and looked into them, but they're not going to have enough time to do that. That's going to be a huge amount of extra overhead and a load of extra employees just to solve and go through these cases individually. I want the rules for play and the terms of service to be very clear and hard to break, so that it's obvious and deliberate when you are breaking it. You want the game to do most of the work for you. There are always issues with vague rules that aren't always enforced sort of fairly. I've seen streamers actively call out players for cheating and stream sniping, and even to sort of come and get them on their stream. Come and get me, I'll take you on. So if a player then takes them up on that offer, that's technically stream sniping because you've used where they are in their stream to your advantage. Even just playing with another streamer is technically stream sniping. I know it's obviously not going to get enforced as such, but there's no clear-cut rule. I personally think that if you are streaming, then you need to be aware that players might use that information against you, and that is to be expected, and shouldn't be against the rules. If pirates turn up and say, I must pay them for protection, then maybe that's good content for me. Or maybe I shouldn't be live streaming without a delay. Really, what we're talking about here that shouldn't be allowed is griefing. Again, hard to prove if a player is motivated because of griefings, but also Star Citizen needs to have more systems in place so that it's going to be harder to do that, and it will in the future. I do think that active and obvious griefing should be something that is punishable, but I would also say that it's clearly focused bullying and trying to entirely prevent a player from actually being able to play the game. That's what I don't want in the game at all. And that's something that isn't just a protection for streamers, that is something that everyone should be protected against. But hopefully Cloud Imperium will have a load of systems in place in the future that this will all be handled, or mostly be handled, in-game. I do have some tips though that might be easier for me to say as I don't do a huge amount of live streaming of gameplay of Star Citizen, and I haven't had problems with being harassed or attacked on stream pretty much ever. I do get trolls. I do get people that are trying to annoy me, but that's more in chat. And I suppose also, if you're being harassed, like in real time, your emotions can be high. But you're going to see griefers and stream snipers actively harassing players and then crying wolf, or complaining about being unfairly reported, even though they've been clearly fairly reported. But they just want to confuse and have some form of control. But in the same way, you're going to have a lot of streamers, or at least some streamers, complaining that someone is cheating or stream sniping or whatever when they're just not. So be the bigger person. Don't engage with trolls or people that you think are griefing or sniping. Ignore them if you can. If they break your stream rules, and actually break them, then maybe discreetly time them out or temporarily ban them if you need to. If you do genuinely think someone is actively griefing and harassing you and has been hounding you, then get a load of information together and report them. Don't ask your sort of chat and a load of your friends to also report them unless they're also been directly affected by it. When I do engage with sort of like a troll or someone that potentially is griefing, I just think, yeah, treat them with kindness. I say that, treat them with respect, kill them with kindness and stuff, but I don't always do that. Sometimes I'm grumpy. If someone has said something that I can't abide or has caught me at a very bad moment, I might react. But you should really, really consider what you say before you call someone a or before you go, he's cheating, or he's stream sniping, because then that'll be used against you. They'll just say, oh, he said this, and they just want to engage you with the sort of like, but you're also wrong. Well, you started it. Well, I just wanted to prove that you were an arsehole, or I just wanted to see what you do. It's just the trolling sort of weird abusive behaviour. You can always stream with a delay as well if you're doing something that you don't want to be interfered with, and you can always record it and do it as a video maybe instead. So yeah, stream with a delay if you don't want something to be interfered with directly, or you want to give yourself a little bit of leeway. Maybe make it part of the content. If someone turns up and you know that they're potentially in your stream sniping, deal with them. Typically a stream is ruined because a streamer decides that it's ruined. They just go, oh, they've ruined it. But it's my experience that the audience that's watching you typically are watching you, and they're quite happy watching you do whatever. So if you decide to just do something else, if you get exploded or a bug happens, they're still enjoying it. They're still watching you. Potentially, if someone's ruined like a few hours of your work, well, that was just part of the journey. Again, very easy for me to say in a video, and yes, I know it could be frustrating and in some cases massively depressing, but the show must go on, and it's better to laugh at it rather than to get angry or sad. Typically, a griefer will just want recognition and to cause you to feel those emotions. They want you to rage out on stream. The person attacking you might not be stream sniping as well, or they might have a legitimate reason to attack you, especially in 3.18 now that they can disable your ship with soft destruction and steal your cargo. I am interested to know what you think. Star Citizen's alpha status and major systems not being in place yet, while also having some very playable systems that are sort of in flux but not fully finished, make issues that we have now something that probably won't be issues in the future. But I do want to know what people think of stream sniping. Would you use someone else's base location if you saw it in a stream to attack them later? You'd be like, well, actually, I do know where that base is because, bam, I've seen it in their stream. Everyone knows where it is. Is it fair game if you are live streaming so someone knows where you are and you can go and, disrupt their mining operation? Because you could look at it in the way that, well, I'm not allowed to disrupt their miner operation now or go and attack them because they're streaming, and that means that I'll just get accused of stream sniping. Is it really just griefing that we need to focus on here? Or are there more issues that we haven't really discussed? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Please remain civil and sort of respectful to others. I know this can be a hot topic, and I sort of discussed it in a quite laissez-faire way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the verse. Hopefully, you won't be hunting me down while I'm streaming. It's a new year, time for resolutions, a brighter future. I'll make myself better each day. Or I could just stay at home and play computer games. But what if someone steals my house or bank while I'm otherwise preoccupied on the internet? NordVPN.com/BoredGamer. It's probably the best VPN deal of 2023 already. Not only does it provide security, anonymity, and accessibility on the interwebs, but I haven't heard of anyone with NordVPN having their house stolen. Thanks, NordVPN. Now no one will know what type of degenerate anime I watch. Get NordVPN, you filthy animal. You deserve it. Every month we have a ship giveaway. For January, we are giving away an Argo Raft, the reinforced advanced freight transport ship. A dedicated cargo hauler that should see some additional gameplay in 2023. This also comes with a Star Citizen game package and lifetime insurance, All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning that is comment on any of my videos made during the month. More details in the description below. If you'd like to further support the channel, then please consider becoming a YouTube member with the join button under my videos. You could even become a Patreon. There's links below to that. But liking, subscribing, commenting goes a huge way to help the channel grow. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the verse.